Now, how many of you guys like skiing? How many of you have ever skied? You like skiing? Me and my family, we go skiing every year. We love skiing. We've skied literally all over the world, like the top mountains. We've been to Whistler. We've been to Banff. We've been to Utah, Park City. We've been Switzerland, the Matterhorn. Last year, we've skied Italy. We've been all over the world skiing. We love skiing. And what I've noticed is that at a lot of the ski resorts, like they have an option where like you can stay at the resort and you can ski in and ski out like to your own little cabin, right? It's really nice. And if you live there and you ski the same path over and over again, then it creates like grooves in the ground, you know, with your skis, and then you keep skiing the same path. And eventually, like that path, if it like rains or something like that, it can get iced where that path is solid. So it's hard to move out of that ski path once you're in that ski path. You're just in this ice hardened ski path, and you're gonna go the same path, the same direction with your same two skis down the mountain. Now, if that path is a path that leads you right into a tree, then you in danger, girl, okay? It's a problem. You in trouble. You're gonna get hurt every single time you put your skis in that path. It's been hardened over. It's now a pattern. It's a hardened pattern, and this is the way your brain is trained. This is the way your brain is formed. So the only way to get unstuck out of that pattern is when it snows again. And when it snows, it allows the entire slope to now fill in those grooves so that you can have a smooth ski path. And I heard somebody break down psychedelics, like that's what psychedelics do. And that's like the perfect example. And for a lot of you, you've seen a pattern from the time that you were younger. You've seen a pattern of either your father not being present or your mother tolerating men who were low quality. You've seen a pattern of self-criticism. Your mom over-criticized you. You've seen dysfunctional examples of relationships, and your subconscious mind normalize that even though it caused you pain. And what a lot of the experts are missing when they're talking to you about how to be able to attract love is they're missing the fact that you have these embedded ski paths all in your brain of what's normal to your brain on how you should conduct relationships. So if you don't fix that, if you don't smooth out those paths and then now recreate a new healthy path, then you're going to keep going back to the same tree. You're going to go back to the same pattern, the same type of man, the same type of heartbreak over and over and over again. Hello? Because a lot of you keep going to therapy and you keep journaling and you keep doing the things to try to fix it. And you're really hard on yourself because you're like, why did I get in this situation over and over and over and over and over again? And it's really, really hard to try to rewire your mind and your brain out of these patterns unless you know what you're doing, unless you have the right process for being able to do that. So how I discovered this was when I first started doing this journey, I didn't set out to be a love expert. I told y'all I was supposed to be a cardiologist. That's what I went to school for. I went to school to be a pediatric cardiologist. I got accepted to med school, and then I changed my mind. And then while I was in pharmaceutical sales and getting into pharmaceutical sales and sucking at relationships, then I started doing my own research so that I could make sure my daughter didn't go through the same abusive relationships like I did, like my mother did, like my grandmother did, and all of these patterns that were occurring in my family. And as I was doing my dating experiment and as I was studying it, I knew it so well, and I started documenting it on YouTube because in case something happened to me, God forbid, cancel, but that's what I was thinking at the time. In case something happened to me, I wanted to have a resource for my daughter to go to be able to learn from all of the research that I discovered on how to be able to attract elite love. And so I put it on YouTube. And as I put it on YouTube, I started having women ask me for advice over and over and over again. And I was like, I'm not the one, don't come to me, because I was sucking when it came to choosing relationships. But what made me start helping women was there was this one woman that reached out to me and she told me, she was like, Shay, I have to sleep on the floor in front of the door because my boyfriend is a pedophile and I want to keep him from going in my daughter's bedroom. And I had another woman tell me that her husband beats her and she doesn't know how to leave. And then I started getting emails like that. And then I started answering that. And then I started coaching. And that's how I got here. That's how I ended up starting to help women and creating like world-renowned programs that help women to transform and get top-level results in their love life. And what I found, that it wasn't enough to teach a woman how to date. It wasn't enough to teach her how to be able to attract men. That if I wanted her to be able to have the top quality relationships, I had to help her to rewire those patterns, those grooves, those ski grooves that was already embedded in her brain that started from the time that she was a child, in order for her to relearn and redevelop new patterns that were healthy, that would lead to attracting a healthy relationship and a relationship that will last the test of time. And so when I researched that, that's how I learned that this is a major component. This is required, the beginning, if you want to be able to have healthy relationships. It's breaking this pattern. Because the neural rigidity that's in your brain is based on the trauma. It's based on your childhood experiences. It's based on what you normalize and you witness that's causing you to subconsciously choose the same quality relationships over and over and over again. Some of you are in energetic rigidity. Some of you watched your mother operate in her masculine energy, and she watched her mother operate in her masculine energy. And that energy blocks receptivity. It blocks you from being able to receive healthy love. It blocks you from being able to attract elite love. Because if you are attracting the kind of man who energetically is in his masculine energy, then he's going to be a provider. He's going to be the kind of man that's going to want to give. But if you are unable to receive, even energetically, then you're going to turn those kind of men off. You're going to push them away. There's going to be something in you subconsciously saying, I don't want to receive. I don't feel safe receiving. I've been taught, and my patterns are that I have to keep giving. I have to keep doing. I can't trust anybody, because when you trust people, they let you down. They disappoint you. Like, I had a client, her name is Sheba. Sheba was making like multiple six figures. She was executive. She was doing extremely well. But for the life of her, she could not figure out like how to be able to attract a quality relationship. She couldn't figure out, how can she attract a man who wasn't a narcissist? A man who wasn't the kind of man that would want to use her. A man that wasn't a liar. So then she came to us and she enrolled in Boss Diva University. And Boss Diva University, everybody can't get into that. You have to apply to get into Boss Diva. You have to be accepted into Boss Diva, because an exclusive community of women who are doing life at a high level. They're already very ambitious. They're already very successful. They're not women that just want love. Like, they want legacy too. They want financial success. They're the kind of women that they're pouring into each other. It's a community. It's beautiful. The women support each other. It's an amazing thing. So we make sure that all the women are aligned in that way. And she got into Boss Diva, and it also has coaching, 10 modalities of coaching. And now Sheba just got engaged yesterday. And if you guys go on my Instagram page, Shay Your Love Diva, make sure you follow me on Instagram. If you go on Instagram and go on my stories, you can see Sheba with her man. Now, some of y'all might recognize him because he's like supposed to be a big influencer. He's a real estate mogul, and he's very successful, very wealthy, even more successful than her. And those are the kind of men that we help our students to be able to get into. So if you want marriage, then that's Boss Diva University. If you want a relationship, that's Diva University. And if you want dating for elite men, that is Diva in the Making.